Hi, Zizaran here with a build update slash build guide for the Syndicate Operative Spectres. So this is a Necromancer, and it's done pretty okay with bosses so far. I haven't done anything like Awakener and stuff. I'm a little bit limited on what gear I have on Soul Self-Found. But I have been doing like, I did Baran went down pretty quickly, like at 82 or 83 Baran. And I also had like a couple of like Elder Guardians go down pretty quickly. Definitely not on the higher end of the spectrum of DPS with what I have so far, but I wanted to make a quick build guide so that you guys can see what I've been doing so far. So first off, let's talk about how do we get these specters and what do they look like. So it's these dudes here. So you can see the Syndicate Operatives, they look like this. That's what they look like on the ground. And getting them can be a little bit annoying. The way I got them was I was doing betrayal missions, and then when intervention like bounced on me, I just let them stay on me without killing them until I saw that I'd killed one, and then I instantly rest one. Now, seeing one and trying to desecrate it isn't enough. You have to rest one while the corpse is there, and they don't last very long. So they're a pain to resurrect. But yeah, once you have them, then you can desecrate them like you just saw I did there now. They're pretty good. They're really good clear speed. Once you get an unending hunger, they're kind of insane. And they're really enjoyable to play. And I've been seeing what people have been doing with them, especially on softcore with like things like Necro Aegis and stuff. They're very insane. Right now on hardcore, I don't want to use Necro Aegis, and I'm using a life on block shield. It's just like very detrimental to survival. So I'm doing glancing blows, and then we're getting a lot of life back every time we block because I have Bone Offering, which is 350 life on block, and then we're getting like 200 or 300 life from this unblock, and we're max block. So pretty decent defense. I haven't really had any close calls on this character so far. I definitely don't want to get hit by slams. And the next 3 levels, or actually probably all the next levels, would just be going into more life. I could consider doing more like medium clusters and getting crit nodes as well. Going crit on them would be really nice. I think to get like power charges on hardcore, I would swap out probably minion damage for power charge on critical strike, as long as I had a couple of like the cluster jewels that give crit. I only have garbage nodes right now. Renewal's good, but this does nothing. So it's not exactly optimal right now. But even so, with this, like it's doing pretty well on hardcore. And I'd probably be able to get up to like 7k life, plus I have Jinx Jeju, which is just 10% mitigation. Don't really have a good way to get 45 right now because I don't want to use shield charge. And another thing people end up asking about a lot is how do you quickly get 4 green Triad Grips? And that's you do 2 green, and then once you have those for 25 crumbs, you do 2 socket, 3 socket, 2 socket, 3 socket, until the 3rd one turns green, and then 3 socket, 4 socket, 3 socket, 4 socket, until the 4th one goes green. That generally costs you like less than 300 jewelers, and I think the average for chromes is like 1,200. So very expensive with chromes, a lot cheaper with jewelers. And then other than that, I'll upload the POB I'm using as well. I'm actually about to temporarily switch and try out Chains of Command on this character, because I did have one drop, and I just want to see how it is. I don't have an unending hunger for this, so just want to see how this ends up like faring with Chains of Command. But right now we do have a +1 Spectre chest. We would need to get +1 on a Convoking Wand, and then +1 Spectres on boots, and then we would have a 5th Spectre. So you're getting 1 more at 25. We're getting 1 from our anointment here of Death Attunement, and then yeah, the last one is the gem level 1. A lot of people might think the links are a little weird because we're using Spell Echo and Vicious Projectile. So the way these specters work is they're attack slinger. So they will fire a spell, and that spell triggers 3 attacks. We didn't know about these specters until recently. So with Spell Echo, it triggers 6 attacks basically. And some Korean dude was just experimenting with them, and I don't even know who found it out, but like Gazi and Baylor started using it as well. They're pretty cool. There are a lot of interesting specters to use right now, but these are the ones I've been trying. I'm also using Aspect of the Avian. It uses a little bit reservation than Skitterbots. And Skitterbots was kind of buggy, like they wouldn't like go to enemies the way they should. So I switched out to Skitterbots. If you get a little bit of reservation, you could probably get rid of precision because they don't really need it. It's nice for like the 70 or 75% crit they get with generosity. They don't need the accuracy. They have so high base accuracy, and Skitterbots is fixed now as well. So yeah, the best anointment for this build is Death Attunement. Ravenous Horde is okay, but you can get that with a Thread of Hope here. I think it's large or medium? Medium, sorry, it's medium. Medium can grab Ravenous Horde and Cruel Prep. And the bandits for this, skill point, kill them all. Kill all the bandits. So we can talk about why we're converting to cold. Cold we're converting to mostly just to shatter more, especially once you're able to go more crit. You should be shattering everything. Like combined with the crit chance and the chance to freeze plus all the cold damage, yeah, just everything should be shattered, leaving no corpses. I'm not able to go crit on Soul Self-On. It's like really hard to get the cluster jewels. And then we're using EE, so I have a Storm Run here with like nothing, not using Hex Touch or anything. I have so many green sockets to fill here in the gloves. So I'm doing like Smoke Mine, Second Wind, Haste, which I'm just using for Val Haste, not actually using the Aura. And then Sniper Smart, which is great on bosses. That's the only time I use it. And then we're EEing with Storm Run, which is doing making your enemies get minus 50 res. Some people will take Avatar of Fire and use Frost Bomb, but I feel like most things die so quickly that, like, sure, they'll get the exposure from Frost Bomb instantly, but they won't get the EE until the Frost Bomb detonates, which just takes way too long. As well, sometimes it'll miss if the boss is moving, so I just didn't bother with that. I don't feel it was needed. On my Animate Guardian, I have a Blood Bond, I have a Leer Cast, I have a Dying Breath, a Southbound, and a Victario's Flight. And your AG can again die. Like, if it dies now, you lose all the gear. There was a bug in Heist where it didn't do that for a little bit. Other than that, just Generosity Hatred is obviously very, very strong on this. And as far as jewels goes, it's like I've gotten things like Cast Speed, Base Fist Damage, Blind is really good. And all around, very, very solid build. Really enjoying it so far. And yeah, it's done everything I wanted it to so far. But I'm going to move on and experiment with Chains of Command, because Animate Weapon is just something I really, really love. So hope you guys enjoyed the update and the build guide. If you have any questions, drop by my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Zizaran. Thanks for watching, and try to die less than I do.